All I wanna do is end up with you tonight. Ain't no corner in this whole world I don't feel you. Well, I'm gonna make me. You gon' make me love you long time, girl. I wanna love you long time, yeah. All I wanna do is end up with you tonight. Bodies together.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Love Uncut.
Yes.
First question, here we are.
Yes.
So first question we have today is what is girl code? So girl code, I mean, I feel like everybody kind of.
Who's it from though? I'm curious to know who asked this question.
Who asked this question?
I can figure out who they are by their name. Why can't it just?
Oh, because you want to know personally.
Heck yeah, I want to know who they were that said it.
What is girl code?
Yeah.
What exactly is girl code? Megan from Georgia.
Oh.
Well, to me, first thing that comes to my mind in girl code is women just not hating on other women for no reason. Like, we just need to stop that. Like, let's just be like, hey, like, girl, love your outfit. Like, there needs to be more of that. Like, don't be like giving people like the whole like.
But do they mean that when they say they love your outfit, or do girls just?
I mean, they could be whatever. I just think it's, how's it gonna hurt? You know, instead of like giving somebody a sneer, just be like, yo, girl, you're crushing it in that jacket.
Yeah.
Or like, it's just like nice, you know, especially right now in the current climate.
Are there like moments where girl code is implied, whether it's like what on the job or like relationships, like because I know there's a bro code, like for instance.
Yeah, what's bro code?
Well, bro code just applies to anything. There's just a set of rules that guys do and don't do based on the situation. Like for instance, say my boy's girlfriend calls me and says, "Hey, was so and so with you last night?" You know what I'm gonna say? I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. I'm like, first of all, why you called him? What did he tell you?
Right.
Then that's what it was, and that's where we leave it.
Right, but I mean, obviously,
because if I say yes, and then she said he didn't say he was with me, or if I say no, either way you stuck. Yeah. So we just avoid it. Like, why? First of all, why are you calling me? I'm not in a relationship. With two, what did he tell you he was? You need to learn to trust your man. I'm not saying she should trust him or shouldn't trust him. I'm saying she got to learn to trust him.
What you're saying
so bro code is we don't snitch on each other.
Lying for you.
No, I'm not lying for you.
No.
All I said was, what did he say?
Okay.
Then go off of what he said. You got to learn to trust your man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring it back to girl code.
Yeah. So how do you girl out of that situation?
I mean, I also think that it comes into like the dating. And obviously, you know, there needs to be a conversation. Say you dated somebody. I mean, we talked about this the other day. And like, you know, if you dated somebody and somebody else is interested in them now, you know, what is it okay to date them? And I'm like, yeah, it's okay as long as you like talk about it first, you know, because sometimes it's like, you know, maybe it's not okay. Or maybe they're going to be like, honestly, don't date that person because they're a monster. But, you know, that is a code, you know. So first thing is just be respectful to other women, like love other women, stop hating unnecessarily. And then like, you know, just be honest with your friends. If your friend is like, hey, how's this dress look? Like, just be honest with them. Tell them, like, you know, because, you know, they're going to find out later. It's just best to be honest to people and your friends. So,
yeah. I always feel like, I don't know why, but whenever I see women talking to other women or complimenting them, I just think they're all full of shit. Because you know it's so funny. I know it's
because we dress for each other.
Yeah,
like,
and I know
I'm wearing this because like I'm not wearing it for a guy because some guy's not gonna come over to me and be like, cute jacket.
Yeah, if he does, he's gay. He's not in it.
And that's fine too. I love a compliment from it.
Absolutely. That's how you know if just two type of people is gonna compliment you. Yeah. A guy that's gay that's not interested. But or female. That's
women also dress for other women, I think. You know, like I like to dress up and look nice, and I'm not doing it necessarily for a man. I just like to look good for myself. You know?
I've just seen so many women out. What's so funny is like, I've seen so many women out like in a group, right? Something I've never seen guys do. I've seen this over 20 times in my lifetime. A group of girls will be out. One girl will go to the bathroom. And I'll sit there and hear the table talking shit about the girl that's in the bathroom, right? Then she'll come back and then act like everything. I've never seen guys do that. My thing is, because guys, we don't hang with people we don't rock with. So I've never understood why women who claim to be so real are so fake. Why hang out with somebody you don't like?
Don't group us all together.
I'm not saying all. I just said,
I mean,
why do
there's definitely some
Yeah.
that are more judgy and obviously going to be like that. And I am not friends with those kinds of people.
Yeah.
I don't do
I've always wondered, like, why do some women hang out with women they actually don't like? What's the point of that?
I don't know, because that's not for me. I don't hang out with anybody I don't want to spend time with.
It makes
Or else I'd rather just spend time by myself than.
you like spend time by yourself.
Yeah, I take myself on dates all the time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm-
I don't order a disappointment. I eat what I want when I want. I could talk to people at the bar if I want to, but like I'm not gonna wait on a man to not pay for my dinner because
You
that's
poop with the door open?
what? No,
You could poop with the door open.
get out of here.
Do you poop with the door? This is a random question. And people in the comments answer it too. If you're home by yourself or live by yourself, when you take a dump, do you keep the bath? Do you close the bathroom door,
I close.
or
it.
do you keep it open?
I close it
Smart, so the smell don't get all over the house.
because
Or just
it's
spills.
just habit. I close
Yeah.
the door.
Ah, shit with that motherfucker home.
How did we get to this place?
I don't know.
You
It
know?
just popped in my head. It's another thing. It's just a difference. Another difference between men and
It's
women.
called ADHD. Everyone.
Yeah, I shit with that door. Why? You want to know why? Because a lot of times, like where I have one bathroom set up in my house downstairs, I can like hear the TV. So if I got something playing in the TV, like I can take a dump and like hear it.
How did we get here? What's the next question?
I don't know. I just
You got a question? Let's get to question number 2.
I feel
We're
like
already spiraling.
no, we're not spiraling. I just feel like people really want to know what if Joe pooped with the door
I
open or
don't think that they
closed.
do, and I don't really love sharing that information.
I
I,
know,
don't
but
want
you-
anybody envisioning
But you say close.
that for me.
So
But anyway, go away.
you close the door.
Go next. Go on. What do we got? What's
Sorry.
question number 2?
I'm sorry, but I'm not.
No, you're not.
I don't know. But I still love you though, Joe. So the door closed. JR behind the camera. I gotta ask. You when you take a shit and you're home by yourself, the door open or closed?
I close the door.
Let's ask your wife. You close the door or you leave it open? Yes! 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 I knew I wasn't the only one. I knew I felt another shitter door opener in here.
Oh my
I knew it. Now we go to the next question. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yes.
Sorry.
Hey, in the comments, right? Door open or closed if you're home by yourself when you take it
Yes.
down? I gotta know.
You know,
I gotta know.
love.
Here we go. This question comes from Lacey from New York. Why do people fight the person that their spouse cheats with instead of their partner?
So like, they'd rather just fight with the person that's
Yeah, like say you
Stand your
saw
ground.
your husband
Yeah.
cheating on you. Are you gonna fight him or the girl?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was just the one in the wrong. Like she was, whether she knew or not. I mean, she's just a puff in the wind to me. But like, you know, he's gonna be the one that I'm gonna be like, bro,
Yeah.
you know, you were in the wrong. It's not like she was some siren that cast some spell on you. And
You could have.
yeah, maybe that is how it works, right? They like play like a fool,
Or sing a song.
just woo you in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why every man cheats.
Is that what happens to
Yeah,
you?
every man that
It's
cheats
like
under a
this
spell.
love
We don't do it
potion.
on
You're
our
like
table.
Pepe Le Pew, like
Mhm.
to women.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
That's you. That is you. Jimmie is Pepe Le Pew.
Every guy that cheats is not it's not his fault.
Holy shit! I figured it out. Yes.
Yeah, I've never understood why people fight the other person because if someone's upset to their spouse, see, the problem is their partner, their spouse, because they're the one that's in the relationship.
Right. And they're the one that's
The other person, whether they knew the person was in a relationship or not, it doesn't matter. They have no loyalty to anyone in that relationship.
Right.
So to them, everybody's free game.
Yeah.
So, if the person you're with cheats and you don't like that,
I mean,
You're
there
probably
is a
separate.
situation though where, like, one of my friends going through a divorce because her husband was cheating on her with his coworker. So it's almost like, obviously, like she knew her because they've been like they've done like Christmas parties and family events, and so she's always been there. And so she's like, well, how long has this been going on? So it's like, also, yeah, you are mad at that person because that person knows
Yeah.
he's married, and he's like, and so it's like, fuck you too. So honestly, you're both in the same realm of like,
yeah, I don't feel like the person outside of the relationship is in the wrong because they're not in the relationship. Like whether they know them or not,
Yeah, but
they have no
there's
commitment.
still like a level of like fuckery to that.
True, but they didn't break any commitments. They're literally a free individual to do whatever they want. Now the person,
Well, yeah, obviously
they could
they're
still
making
have
that
a
choice.
they could still have the person outside can, well, I'm not gonna do that because they're in a relationship. But that's where I separate, emotions from facts. The facts is there's two people in a relationship. This person over here, whether they know them or not, they never committed to be into that relationship. They never committed to stay away from this person.
Yeah, well,
they
they
know
also
that-
have to have like a moral value that's lower because obviously they don't give a shit, but they know they're doing something wrong. So it's like
Well,
their
what's-
moral
but
compass
what's
is a
wrong,
little
though?
skewed maybe
But how's it-
because they
how's it
know that
wrong?
that person's married or taken already.
They're married. So that means the person in the relationship is wrong, not the person outside of it.
Both are.
But why is that person wrong and they're outside the relationship?
The outsider knows that that person is in a relationship. So they know that they're like coming between them. And that's just bad karma.
But I don't. But see,
I mean, I hope
yeah.
for bad karma. For you. Like,
yeah, there's a sure. There's
just like, yo, if
I
you're,
believe in
you're
bad
willing
karma.
to do that and you're going to be like, that this person's looking seemingly like this woman has no idea. Say this, this guy's cheating on his wife with somebody else. And it's like, the girl knows obviously that he's married. And it's like, here's this woman who's like raising his kids and doing all this stuff. And then she's like, how do you not feel some sort of way about that?
but that's where I feel like that stems from what I think the world has an issue with, like entitlement and selfishness, as far as thinking other people outside of our relationship are responsible for us upholding our
No, and I'm not saying that that person's fully responsible. Both parties are responsible.
Yeah, I don't think the other person's responsible at all. It's that because no matter how much, say there's a guy that wants you, right? And you're in a relationship. No matter how much this guy flirts, no matter how much he wants you, nothing can be done until you do it.
Right.
Once you do it,
That's, yeah.
because they can stay outside and knock on the door all they want to.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's why I never judge the people that someone cheats with, because they never made a commitment to be in that relationship.
No, it was a choice. It was choices and consequences that
Yeah.
somebody else made.
Now, if people don't believe in karma, yeah, that's one thing. But I've always been like that. Might be one of few people that have that view, but because I just like whatever I look at situations, I remove all emotion from it. Like, what are the facts? The facts
Yeah,
are
but you don't think about how it's going to hurt or affect the other person.
that's not my business. That's their relationship. See what I'm saying? Like when you're in a relationship, right? And you care about your relationship, it's you two in it.
Right.
Nobody else is in it.
No.
So if your spouse or your partner opens a door and lets someone else walk through that wants to walk through, then that's on your spouse, not on that person. They're just walking through an open door like
absolutely.
they're doing.
No, I agree with
That's why I don't blame
that.
nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not blaming the other person.
No, karma, yeah, if people believe in that. But do I think the other person's wrong? Nah, they just doing what they do.
Well, yeah, they just,
Yeah. No, it's okay to think they're a shitty person.
they don't really care about the repercussions is like, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that's why I like when people have different views on that, because I feel like that's what makes it fun, like hearing other people's views. But I've always had a weird view on that whole thing.
Well, also if you're like in a marriage, if you're like what you said earlier, is like, are you monogamous or are you not monogamous? Like that needs to be that conversation, because otherwise then it's like an open marriage, which, seems to be kind of like on trend these days, more of a thing. And it's like, that's okay. Then it's not cheating. Then it's a conversation. You have to have rules and all that stuff. But like, if that's what you want to do, then do it. Or be single. Like if some people like, they just are constantly cheating on their spouse, then why are you in a relationship to begin with?
Because it's like
why? That's what I never understand. Like,
Yeah.
why are you married? Like, what's the point? Like, at that point, it's like
there are
it's like an insurance policy.
yeah. I feel like there are things people get from the relationship they're in that has nothing to do with sex. Like,
Oh, for sure.
so that's why it's like it's so weird sometimes where you can see someone say they love their husband or they love their wife, but yet they sleep with other people. That's just the physical thing, right? But nobody marries someone just for sex. Even if you remove sex out of the marriage equation,
I mean,
they're there for other reasons. So that's why some people can just say, yeah, I can stay with my wife or stay with my husband and just physically be with someone else, because what I get from my wife, what I love about my wife isn't the sex.
Is it
So what I love about my husband isn't the sex.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Some people have it.
sometimes you can't
No.
get it all from one person. It's like basically what you're saying. Like, sometimes you're like, I love this person, and they're my like spouse, but like the physical stuff is like I just want somebody else.
Yeah. Imagine eating like you like eggs.
Oh my god, here we go.
Do you like eggs?
I do, yeah.
Imagine eating eggs every day for every meal for the rest of your life.
Listen,
Could you do it?
I hear your analogy.
I'm just asking. Could you do it? Yes or no?
I
I'm just asking.
I know.
I'm just asking.
Listen, I'm not married. I do whatever I want whenever I want. So like, no, like, I get it. I'm not saying
That's a terrible analogy, but it's great because it gives me the answer I want. That's the only reason why I asked that one. Because it gives me the answer.
Doors, everyone. Welcome back.
Because everybody would say no. No, you can't eat just eggs every day for every meal. But then everybody would say, no, you still, if you agree to monogamy, you should have it. I just asked that question because I know everybody's just going to give me the answer I want to make me feel like I'm right.
Whatever you need. You little narcissist. Little narcissist.
You know what? That's another thing. People should actually Google the definition of narcissist and humble. And not the definition that these young kids on social media have created for humble or narcissist, but the actual definition of a word.
Yeah.
Do your homework on narcissist and humble,
Well,
and then come back and tell me if it's
different because narcissism is a negative connotation, and
but is it per the definition
primarily-
of what the word is?
well, primarily you think about like somebody who's like a serial killer.
But let's read the definition.
We're getting off track.
I know. Hold
What's
on.
the next dating question?
There's no
'Cause
such
that's
thing
what
as
this
off
is,
track.
right?
Hold on. That's all right. Let's look up the definition of, because people always say, be humble, right?
Mhm.
So let's look up definition. Humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. To the people watching,
Mhm.
after hearing that definition of humble, is humble a good thing or is it not? I don't have an answer. I just like posing these questions to people.
Yeah, because humble is just like you're just humble about all of the things that you have. Like you're not exploiting it. You're not like, oh my gosh, look at me, like me.
But
That's
if we're-
narcissism.
No, but if we're going off of the definition of the word humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. But we tell people
Well,
to
I'm
be
telling
humble.
you what women think of humble. Like,
I don't give a shit what women think.
No,
I don't care about the definition of the word. I could give a fuck less about what women think
as a
about
woman
this.
dating,
I'm caring
I feel
about
a lot of
the definition.
narcissistic personality.
I'm caring about the definition.
And if they were to tell me the definition, I would be like, I'm out of here. Bye.
But that's why I feel like, then isn't that the issue where people create, instead of looking at what something is, people choose to add their own emotion or thoughts, no matter how incorrect it might be about a word or a situation. Like, and the reason, like, people will say the whole like be humble, blah blah. Then they say, well, the Bible talks about it. Well, the Bible said be humble before God. That's where it stops. Now, I'm not saying people be humble or don't be humble. I'm just saying, when I hear people on social media all talking about, oh, he's humble, she's humble, oh, she's a narcissist, he's a narcissist. Are y'all saying these words because you actually know the fucking definition of them? Or are you saying these words because some, trendy people on social media started using these words in a certain way? I mean, and that's the difference when I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there that are like followers. And I feel like the problem with the world is people just grab something and go.
Using vocabulary words that they don't understand, but in that way,
And let's look at
we're done with our
this is
SAT words
this is me.
of the day.
Shit, that never SAT work. My ass failed the SATs. And again, I don't have a certain view on humble or narcissist, whatever. This is me posing a question to people, asking them, do you actually do you study for yourself? Or you want these motherfuckers that just get on Instagram or TikTok and just
fall out there, you know that.
TikTok.
Yeah, sheeple. There's a lot.
Here we go. Question for everyone out there. Do you tell your kids to be confident and to believe in themselves? I teach my kids that. Would you teach your kids that?
Yeah.
Let's read up the definition of narcissist. A person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. Now, what will happen is people will say you're a narcissist because you're selfish. No, narcissist definition says nothing about being selfish. Being selfish is being selfish. Being an asshole is being an asshole. But the definition of a narcissist is a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. So based off of what we tell our kids to believe in themselves, have confidence, and if you compare narcissism versus confidence, what's the difference?
Because narcissism comes with the selfish underlying
Not per the definition.
Okay, well, it does. Has a connotation.
How?
All right, what's the next question? I'm over this.
I'm not. But these questions are for you. This is for the viewers right now.
I understand that.
This is for the viewers. That's
But
me
I'm
challenging.
saying, all right, well then, viewers, what do you guys think? Negative connotation, does that come with narcissism regardless per the, question or meaning that Jimmy's read us? But like, someone is comfortable with themselves. Narcissism is like extreme, like you only talk about yourself, you only think about yourself, you don't regard anybody's time or energy that they're putting in or whatever. That's what that is.
Now, this is my last thing on this. This is for the people at home. The same people that go around saying everybody's a narcissist, right? Because, they're a narcissist because they think this or they think that. If you notice, the only time someone's a narcissist is when they have a different opinion of you. So if you don't like someone having a different opinion of you, right? That means you have what? An excessive interest in yourself or admiration of yourself, meaning you think your opinion is what you're thinking is the best. So then in your negative connotation of what a narcissist is, as society says selfish stuff, doesn't that make you selfish? Doesn't that make you the narcissist that you're trying to put on other people? I'm a goddamn genius. And that's for the people, just to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question? What you got?
Yeah, I thought you were the next question.
I had to get that rant. You know why I'm like this right
Woo!
now. You know why I'm like this. We had that conversation. You know why I'm like this right now. This is your fault, Joe. We walked into this together. Well, it's not your fault, but thank you for holding me down.
Oh, anytime, Bill. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like making people think.
Make us think.
That's my biggest thing. Like I really, and I blame my mother and my father for that. But I thank them for that, for giving me like giving me confidence to like believe in what I believe and search for facts over
Absolutely.
feelings.
Yeah, instead of like just being like going with the flow and being,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with everybody else. Like, all right. So this question is from Cassie from Arkansas.
Oh God, which one is this?
Oh Lord. Says my boyfriend follows a lot of Instagram models and likes their posts. Joe, what would that bother you? And Jimmie, what do you think about it? Instagram models and girls always, posting half naked, whatnot. It's going to be on the internet, and men are very visual creatures. And unless it's really a problem in your relationship, or like he's like looking at them besides not hanging out with you or ignoring you, then it's kind of out there. You would, unless you're like a jealous person, you kind of can't handle the internet these days. It's kind of impossible to not.
Everybody.
You have to be comfortable within your own skin if, and they're not all real.
Sure as hell ain't.
So
most of them girls take them butts off in their face when they get home.
They do have, there's a lot of people with a lot of, filters and fake and this and that. And it's like, just, we all like to look at that.
Walk around looking like
It's
Ashley.
not real. Yeah. Like, I mean, I can't not look at it either. I'm like, what?
So it wouldn't bother you if you like followed those girls?
No,
and, like,
I
take
appreciate
pictures?
beautiful women too. And I'm like, I'm going to
What if you knew them, mate? What if they're half naked and he liking pictures of girls he knows he has access to? Jesus, Joe.
Let me see it.
Because I've always wondered if that was a problem. If the issue is a guy liking a picture of a half naked girl that's a celebrity that he can never meet, or a half naked picture of a girl that
the girl that you went to school with.
went to school with or might work with or something like that.
I mean, unless you're like seriously like being like shady and shit about it, like they're gonna be there. There's TNA all over the internet. It's like it's impossible to
tell on you, bro. Let me tell you.
And I look at it too. I can't not. I'm
I'm
not
gonna snitch on you. My favorite snitch is getting on Venmo So like whenever I do Venmo, I keep my Venmo private. But my favorite snitch tool is just getting on Venmo and just looking at people that have theirs public, who's sending who money for what
Oh,
and why and stuff.
You're like, okay.
That's so funny. Like that's to me, that's better than fucking Instagram. That's better than Instagram. But no, would it bother me if a girl I was dating liked the guy's picture that was half naked? No. And for her, my thoughts on him liking was Cassie, right? Cassie?
Yeah.
My thoughts on Cassie, your boyfriend. If you have a problem with him doing that, like liking their picture, just talk to him about it. Because there's a difference. And I get it. Like looking at it is one thing, but once you like it, that person gets a notification that you liked it. So then that person, your boyfriend now, has shown to that girl that he likes that picture. No matter how much he might view it, you know, that girl that liked it could take that like as just a thank you, or she could take that like a he's interested in that and go that whole other fucking
So a whole lot of
rabbit hole.
non-communication, communication problems when it's like it could be just settled
Yeah.
so much more simply.
Yeah. So that's a conversation you gotta, ask him. Say, hey, are you liking these pictures because you're trying to get their attention?
Yeah.
Or are you liking these, or are you just looking and liking these pictures? Because here's my thing. If he's just looking just to look, he doesn't need to like it, because when you like it, you take a risk of getting their attention.
Yeah.
You could just look.
Well, like you said, when it's like if it's like a fantasy person, like an actor or an actress or whatever, or if it's like somebody that you both personally know and you're like your friend, you're like, oh, but your girlfriend posted this thirst trap, and you're like, yeah, why'd you like it?
Like, we was just at dinner with her last night. He's like a picture. It was
Don't
for
like
the
her
world.
thirst trap. Just keep scrolling.
Don't like the thirst trap. Yeah, fellas, don't like the thirst trap. Joe, we had some interesting moments this episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment of this episode?
Of this episode?
Mhm.
Oh, your analysis of narcissism. Duh. That's what the show is all about.
What?
Right?
So what about humble? I was talking about being humble and narcissist.
True. Both of it. The whole situation.
What's your not favorite moment?
My least favorite moment?
You telling people you shut the door closed?
This right now. Hey, can we just wrap it up, bro? Like, come on. You're
I
killing
can't
me.
wrap it up. I got a bunch of kids. Obviously, I can't.
Oh my God. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. And
So you didn't mind telling people you shipped the door closed?
I don't want to talk about that ever again. I'm a lady.
Is that what the door sounds like when you close it when you ship? Catch y'all next time. Peace. That just popped in my ass. Oh, I can high five and make the door sound.
He's on fire.
End up with you tonight.